we aren't going to forget. We've clocked it. It's twice as much as the others. Pardon? I have 2 children, a dog and a husband, and if one single one of those gets within 3 feet of this lipstick case, it's gonna have some kind of smudge on it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to today's video, which is going to be the next episode in my You Do Not Need That series, talking you out of all of these exciting, enticing, tempting, new and upcoming makeup releases. So without further ado, let's get started. So just quickly, if you are new here, this is a reminder that these videos are especially for you if you are on a no buy, if you're on a low buy, if you're trying to cut back on makeup and beauty spending, if you're trying to be good this month, if you're trying to stop buying all of the new makeup, all of the new stuff and save some money, this is the video for you. Without fail, every single time I do one of these videos, I have at least one comment saying, but you bought some of these things, but you bought that, but how come you said we don't need that and you already have it, or you then went and purchased it. So just a reminder that I personally am not the target audience for these videos. I do have a makeup channel on YouTube, so a lot of the stuff that I buy, I wouldn't even recommend that anyone else does. Some of it is not great, some of it is unnecessary for your average consumer, and some of it you can just live without. But it doesn't mean that I don't need to review it or don't want to review it, or that for me it's not a good purchase, because it's good for my channel, it makes a good review, it's a product lots of people want to see a review on. So just remember, just because I bought something does not mean that you should, or that you need to, or that you don't need to make a different decision for yourself than those that I do based on having a YouTube channel. And that's the case for like any beauty creators. I think it really normalizes buying every single release the second it comes out, when a lot of the people you follow on social media have YouTube channels or TikTok accounts where they are reviewing makeup, and so it looks like everybody is buying everything. But the reality is, if you are a regular consumer, then you absolutely do not have to and should not try to keep up with the Joneses, especially if those Joneses all have beauty accounts and are actually trying to build a following, because that is just a totally different kettle of fish. So that being said, let's get on with the video and start off with one of the most tempting, but I think most passable products in this video. Let's talk about these new Chanel Eye and Cheek palettes. These, on first glance, when I first saw the promo pictures of these palettes, I was so excited. Oh my goodness, a face palette. I am a face palette person, okay? I love face palettes. I always want all of the face palettes. They're just one of my favorite makeup items. They're always very pretty to look at and very enticing. Combine that with the fact that Chanel blushes are right up there with one of my absolute all-time favorite formulas for blush, and they always bring the gorgeous colors as well. And we've got a problem, okay? We've got a problem. We've got a need and not a want going on. However, these didn't launch, they've only just launched, I think, today in the UK. So I had a good few weeks of watching other people's reviews as they were available in the US prior to them coming here. And let me tell you, these aren't great. They aren't great. They have a very limited color story. So you've got to love that sort of reddish color story. I think I would really highly recommend you watching Erin Nicole's review of these before you pick them up, because they are really expensive. They are an oversized eye and cheek palette. And I think Erin makes a perfect point, and this is what I've seen happen every time that I've seen anyone using these blush palettes or blush and eye palettes. Actually, the formulas in here are not Chanel's usual amazing, beautiful, glowy blush formula. The blushes themselves are all matte with then one highlighting shade, and it appears that, given it's an eye and cheek palette, that these are more of an eyeshadow formulation than they are a blush formulation. They're like, feel like you're putting eyeshadow on your cheeks, which isn't a terrible disaster and something that lots of people do anyway, but it just means that they're not as light and skin-like on the skin, and they just are all around a little underwhelming. I don't think many people are going to buy these to use on the eyes. Most people want these to use on the cheeks. I just don't think they're going to be worth the money. I don't think you're going to get a lot of use out of them. I don't think the reality of actually how these are appearing on the skin and how they work and how they look and the end result is as wow as the idea of them. I think the idea of them is very exciting. A Chanel face palette. I think the reality is that it's underwhelming. If you have Chanel blushes already, you're going to prefer them to this cheek palette. It's going to be an expensive mistake for a lot of people. I myself am completely passing on that. I think it would have been a decent review for my channel, but I just feel like they're not worth the money, and I'm not buying them. I'm passing on them too, even though initially I thought they were going to be amazing. Next up, let's talk about one of the most hyped products on YouTube. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Beauty Blush Wands. These are a fairly innovative product from Charlotte Tilbury, something new from her beauty wand formulation in that it is a matte formula, which is different from the previous products, which are all very luminous, glowy highlighter type of products. So I love these. I think they're great. I never lie to you in these videos. I'm not going to tell you something I actually really love and think is great is terrible just to put you off of it. It's a safe space, it's an honest space, and I need your trust. So yes, these are beautiful and I like them and I think they're very easy to use. However, they are a permanent product. They are a permanent product. They're not something that you need to panic buy. They're not going out of stock and never coming back. They aren't limited edition, okay? I think more colors of these will also be coming because they've been such a hit, and the initial release was a pretty limited. Let's see how these go. 4 shades. I think more shades are coming. Maybe you'll prefer the new shades when they come eventually, and you'll wish you didn't buy these ones initially. There's no need to panic buy permanent makeup. Wait for a sale, wait for an offer, wait for your birthday, wait for an occasion where it's easy to buy, because they aren't going out of stock. Like I said, they're going to be around. Don't panic buy them. Think about them. Maybe something more exciting is just around the corner. Hold your horses. Do not go into debt for makeup. These are permanent. No need to panic. Next, let's talk about these Laura Mercier High Vibe Lip Shiny Little Lippy Do's. These have been a really popular type of formula in recent years, hence why we really don't need any more of them, okay? If you bought the Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balms, if you bought the Tarte Maracuja, whatever those ones were called, all of the ones that went super viral on TikTok and everybody was using and loving, if you bought those already, these are the same. These are the same as those. These are a lipstick that is high shine. These are very similar to the Dior Addict lip shines. Every brand did these last year. Okay, Laura Mercier, very slow to the uptake on these. Everybody's been bringing out these shiny, high pigmentation lipsticks for a while now. These have been snowballing for a good 12 months or longer. Laura Mercier are like the last to the party. They pulled up the last chair at the table, and we're already full. Okay, we've had our 3 courses. We're about to go, or maybe get a coffee, depending on your mood. I don't understand drinking coffee at the end of a meal because I want to go to sleep. But if that's your thing, then, fair play to you. But ultimately, what I'm saying is, it's too late. We've already got lots of these lipsticks. We don't need any more. They're the exact same. They are the exact same as the ones we already have. A shiny lipstick. Next up, I want to talk about these Hermes Bronzers, because the price tag on these, who do you think you are? Jeff Bezos? You aren't, okay? You aren't spending £100 on a bronzer. I forbid it. I forbid you to do that, because yes, again, I'm not going to lie to you. These are a nice bronzer. I've reviewed these already. This actually is the bronzer that I'm wearing today. It's a nice bronzer, but it is a bronzer for 100 human pounds. 100 of your English pounds in the modern day money. I didn't foresee this. I did not know that 2023 was going to be the year that a bronzer cost £100. I did not foresee this, okay? Now, there's a lot going into that price tag. One, they decided to make it ginormous, absolutely the size of my head, to sort of say, well, that's why it's so expensive, because you get a lot of product, but a lot of that money is coming from the name. It's an Hermes bronzer, it's the packaging, it's the beautiful H on the front. H for holy moly, that's expensive. And presumably they spend a huge amount of money on the fragrance, because I can smell it from here. But yes, it's a nice bronzer. So is the Victorian Beckham bronzer. Did you already buy that one? So is the Dior bronzer. Did you already buy that one? So is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Did you already buy that one? There are a lot of really nice, great, luxurious bronzers that are not to be sniffed at for a third of the price of this one. And the difference on the skin is really going to be minimal. These are all also, we're starting to see and discover, very, very warm tones. So if you're not into a super warm tone bronzer, no, they're not for you anyway. Save your £100, okay? Calm down, Elon Musk. Next up, we're going to talk about a very, very easy pass, and it's the Natasha Denona Love Face Palette. No one needs this. No one needs this. This is, again, it's not cheap. It's over £60, and I think it's bad. It's not great, okay? It's not great. I try to be respectful. I try to be kind. I want to be supportive of people's work. I do, but I don't like this. I don't think it's good. And therefore, I don't want you guys to waste your money on it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't like this. If you watch my review, I don't think this is worth the money. I don't think this is worth any money. I'm so sorry. Natasha is never going to speak to me again. But I think the whole overall colour story doesn't quite come together. Even if you love pink, there's a couple of things in here that kind of don't really work with the colour story. It's a bit confused. One being this like random neutral, and the fact that the, you know, deeper smoke shade is actually very purple and really patchy and hard to work with. And even the shimmer is not really like pink. It's like a sort of rosy shade. And yeah, then the blushes, just don't even try to use it. It's a nightmare. The highlighter, I actually didn't realise, was the highlighter that is in the Dream Trio. So you've probably, the only good thing about this palette, you probably already got. Okay, so yeah, no one needs this. Don't buy this. It will be money down the drain, money in the bin. I'd rather this went in the bin than your money. I'm honestly a nice person, and I want to be kind. Okay, but I'd rather be kind to you guys than I would to be Natasha, because I've never spoken to her, okay? You guys are my priority. Next up, let's talk about this Chanel Spring Blush. I picked this one up. I absolutely love it. Again, this is a situation where I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the cold, hard facts of the matter, which are, this is a lovely, beautiful blush, okay? It's got the beautiful embossing. It's very aesthetically pleasing, but I will say, because I don't have a fair skin tone, I'm more of a sort of light medium in winter, and so I have to build this up a lot, and already a lot of the beauty of the product is gone. It's vanishing. That's not going to last forever, okay? So don't fall for that one. Imagine this with like the CC very, very gone, and all of the sort of pattern and the ombre effect gone. How much do you still want it then, is my first question. My second question is, this is a nice blush. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it's a very subtle, soft pink blush. At the end of the day, that's what it is. That's what we are all losing our minds over. It's a blush, a subtle pink glowy blush. I don't think we need to whip the credit card out for this one, okay? If this is not an easy buy, an easy purchase for you, without any guilt and without any fear or without any buyer's remorse, it's not worth it. It's not gonna change your life, okay? It's a slightly, barely there, pink, flushy cheek. I guarantee you've got something similar. If you haven't, you absolutely could find something. It's not a panic buy, okay? Please don't panic. I've had people messaging me from the US that they can't get this, it hasn't arrived yet. Should they be buying it from the UK? If you do that, you're gonna pay double, because you're gonna pay all of the extra shipping, all of that stuff is gonna cost you some serious extra dollars. Don't do that, okay? It's a light pink blush. We've all lost our minds. I like to take the attitude, you know, here in the UK, a lot of the time, either products don't come here for months or they don't come here at all. Like, we never got the Mercier eyeshadow palette that everyone went nuts for. That never came here. You know, House Labs is sort of slowly trickling here, but again, we're not getting a lot of it. We have to buy it and ship it. Here's the thing. I like to take it as a blessing in disguise. That's how I've learned to accept my fate, that I'm not going to be able to review every brand or get every product because I'm UK based, that is available very easily and much earlier usually in the US. So I just decide that it's not for me. If something isn't available to me in my country in good time, it's not for me. And it's like a little nod to say, Charlotte, keep your money. Keep your money for the next thing. Take it as a sign that you don't need it. If you can't get it, it's not available in your country, take it as a sign it's not for you. Something better is around the corner. Next up, let's talk about this Laura Mercier foundation. Another one that is proving very popular. Lots of people talking about it, lots of reviews. I like this. I think it's a really nice foundation. I hesitate to go into love because it's just, I don't know that it's quite a love. It's a like, appreciate, can see the attraction, the appeal. It's just not quite my perfect type of foundation. What I'll say is this is a light to almost medium coverage foundation with a very natural skin-like finish. What I would also say is that if you are looking for exactly that is like your dream, your ultimate perfect foundation, the Lisa Eldridge foundation is better. It's the same. It's better, in my opinion, wears way better, but gives you all of the positives of this one, but wears better. So if you already have the Lisa Eldridge, you don't need this one. You've got it covered. The Hourglass has more coverage and I think is much nicer, but again, you could shear that out. If you want all of the good stuff about this one, but you want something longer wearing, and you've already got the Hourglass, mix it together with a bit of moisturizer, shear it out, use it very lightly, use a sponge, mix it with some liquid illuminator, something to thin it out, and you have this one, okay? Again, it is a permanent product. So if you feel like you honestly can't live without it, go and get a sample from a counter. Laura Mercier is a brand that is available lots and lots of places to try and get color matched and all of that good stuff. At least try it on your skin and it may be a disaster. And then who wants another wasted bottle of disastrous results in their drawer? You know, happens too often. Next up, I want to talk to you about this new primer from Guerlain. Now, this is going to be very easy. We're going to make this one quick because there's no need to mess about with this. If you can look me directly into my eyes and tell me if this was not gold and had all of the gold flakes in there, you would still want it based just on the description, I'll let you buy it. I don't believe you. The only people who are interested in buying this primer, it is solely for the reason because it's all pretty and gold and sparkly. Isn't it? Isn't it? Don't you dare lie to me, okay? We're better than that. You can't just sprinkle some gold flakes in something and expect us to buy it. Not in 2023 and not on my watch. This is literally the YSL Touche Eclat from like 20 years ago, okay? It's basically the exact same thing. It's the gold flakes in there, okay? But when you read the description, it's just a hydrating primer. We've got lots of those, but without the gold flakes, so they don't cost £62. So again, I beg you, don't fall for the tricks. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Make it shiny and sparkly and we'll all buy it. No, we won't. No, we won't. We are now boss level makeup rejectors, okay? We're not going to fall for those silly tricks from 15 years ago. Good luck. Next up, I want to talk about these new Hourglass eyeshadow sticks. Eyeshadow sticks are not for me. They may well be for you. In which case, you've probably got lots of the Laura Mercier ones. You've probably got, maybe you picked up the new Victoria Beckham ones that launched a few days before this one. Maybe you've even got some of the Charlotte Tilbury ones. If you're an eyeshadow stick, you know, you like to do your makeup on the go, you're a quick one and done kind of person, you've already got lots of these. These look like, I mean, let's be honest, Hourglass are not known for their amazing eyeshadow formulas. You think Hourglass, you think complexion, cheek, success. Starting to delve into some lipstick success. Their reputation when it comes to eyeshadows is pretty poor. It's their weakest item in their offering, in my opinion. I think we definitely wait for a review on these. Definitely wait for a review because they could be awful. All of the shades look on their website pretty muted and like they could be really disappointing and underwhelming. Wait for a review for sure. These are permanent. Don't panic buy them. They look underwhelming to me. I think we can pass these. Okay, we've got sticks coming out our ears. Well, hopefully not because that sounds painful. But what I'm saying is it's not something that we need to like go into debt for. It's not something we need to whip on a Klarna. It's an eyeshadow stick, okay? We're fine without them. And finally, I want to talk about these new Dior Addict cases. Now, the Dior Addict lipsticks are my favourite formula. I live for them. I absolutely love them. They're one of my makeup weaknesses because they're my favourite lipstick formula. I just love them. A shiny, beautiful array of many, many colours. They brought out a few new colours. Whether or not you like these colours, that's down to you. Whether or not you need these lipstick colours, again, is going to be completely dependent on your collection, how much you like this formula, etc. What I see people losing their mind over is this case. Now already I'm seeing some sneaky little tactics from Dior. They launched 4 cases, okay? Many of the new cases are pretty similar to the original cases that they launched, you know, just different colours, slightly different shades, you know, that sort of leather look packaging. We already had the pink one, now there's a red and like a clear sort of one. I mean, the classic cases are still £26 just for one of these cases. You don't even get a lipstick in it for £26. £26 and you don't even get a lipstick in it. So that's the first thing. This red one, the Burgundy Oblique, for some reason is double the price, almost. Double the price of the already ridiculously expensive lipstick cases that don't come with a lipstick. It's £43. £43 for a case without a lipstick in it. And what they've done is, I'm 100% confident about this. Well, no, let's say 99 because nobody from Dior told me to my face. So I'm going to say I'm 99% sure that they are holding this one back to build the suspense and to create this illusion that this is going to sell out really quickly. It's limited edition. Oh my goodness, it's not in stock and all the others are. I need to grab this the second this comes out. That is all like intentional marketing, in my opinion. I feel like they're holding that one back. They know it's 1, twice the price. It's 2, the prettiest, let's say, depending on your taste, but it's the prettiest one, I think. We're gonna hold that one back. We're gonna make everyone think it's in really limited supply and everyone's gonna forget it costs £43 and it doesn't come with a lipstick. We aren't gonna forget. We've clocked it. It's twice as much as the others. Pardon? And here's the thing, I don't know about you, this is a like material. So some of these ones are like a sort of wipe clean, like almost leather feel. This one is material and it's got quite a lot of lighter material on there. My immediate thought when I saw this is I have 2 children, a dog and a husband, and if one single one of those gets within 3 feet of this lipstick case, it's gonna have some kind of smudge on it. It's going to have a smear or a smudge that we don't even know what it is. It could be mud. It could be some kind of bodily fluid. It could be jam. I don't know why jam gets everywhere, but it does in this house. So there's the thing. Do you want to pay £46 for a case that if anyone touches it, including yourself, when you've been doing your makeup, you've got foundation on your hands, you touch that, smear city. So that's what I beg of you to keep in mind is 1, just know this whole holding back of that one and all the others are available, but not this one. It's very, very exclusive. That's all intentional, 100%. 2, it's £43. Don't forget about that number. And remember that no lipstick comes. You could get 2 of the refills for the price of the case that has nothing in it. And then anyone touches that and it's ruined. Those are the things I'd like you to focus on. Okay, so there you have it. Hopefully that is you well and truly talked out of all of these very tempting new makeup releases. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.